Welcome to this lesson on subject-verb agreement. The basic rule is simple. A singular subject takes a singular verb, and a plural subject takes a plural verb. Most of the time, you get this right without even thinking about it. But there are 5 specific situations where even confident writers make mistakes. These are the traps. In this lesson, we will go through each one so you can recognize them and avoid the errors. By the end, you will know exactly how to handle the trickiest agreement problems. Here are the 5 traps we will cover. Trap 1. Collective nouns. Is it the team, is, or the team are? Trap 2. Indefinite pronouns like everyone, each, nobody, and several. Trap 3. Compound subjects joined by or nor. Trap 4. Inverted sentences where the verb comes before the subject. And trap 5. Interrupted subjects where extra words sit between the subject and the verb. The basic rule is always the same. A singular subject takes a singular verb. A plural subject takes a plural verb. The traps are what make it hard to tell which is which. Let us go through them one by one. Trap 1 is collective nouns. Words like team, committee, staff, government, and board refer to groups of people. But in Australian English, we treat them as singular when the group acts as one unit. So, it is the team, is, not the team are. The committee has, not the committee have. The staff was, not the staff were. Like British English, Australian English does allow a plural verb when the members of a group act as individuals. But the standard convention, and the safe choice in a test, is singular when the group acts as one unit. Think of it this way. When you say the team, you are talking about one team, one unit, so the verb is singular. This is one of the most common errors in formal writing, so it is worth getting right. Trap 2 is indefinite pronouns. Words like everyone, someone, each, either, and neither sound like they might be plural, but they are always singular. Everyone has submitted their report. Each of the candidates was interviewed. The phrase of the candidates does not change the verb because the subject is each, which is singular. On the other hand, both, few, many, and several are always plural. Several have already responded. Trap 3 is compound subjects joined by or nor. The rule here is that the verb agrees with the nearest subject. Neither the manager nor the employees were available. Employees is nearest and plural, so the verb is were. But flip the order. Neither the employees nor the manager was available. Now, manager is nearest and singular, so the verb is was. With and, it is simpler. Subjects joined by and are always plural. Trap 4 is inverted sentences, where the verb comes before the subject. Here is the report. There are several options. The trick is to find the real subject. And there are several options. The subject is not there. There is just a placeholder. The real subject is options, which is plural, so the verb is are. A common error is writing, there is several options. The subject is options, plural, so it must be are. Trap 5 is interrupted subjects, where extra words sit between the subject and the verb. The director, along with several managers, was present. The subject is director singular. The phrase along with several managers is extra information. It does not change the verb. Similarly, the results of the survey were surprising. The subject is results, plural. Of the survey is a prepositional phrase that does not affect agreement. Watch for phrases like along with, as well as together with, in addition to, and of the. Let us look at some before and after corrections. First, the board of directors have approved the proposal. The subject is board, which is a singular collective noun. Of directors is an interruption, so it should be the board has approved. 2 traps at once, collective nouns and interrupted subjects. Second, each of the participants were given a feedback form. Each is always singular, even though participants is plural. Of the participants is just an interruption. It should be each was given. Third, there is many reasons to reconsider. This is an inverted sentence. There is not the subject. The real subject is reasons, which is plural. So it should be, there are many reasons. Each of these errors combines the basic rule with one of the traps. The fix is always the same. Find the real subject, determine if it is singular or plural, and match the verb. Let us try some trickier cases. Case 1. Neither the report nor the supporting documents were submitted on time. Is were correct? Yes. With or nor, a verb agrees with the nearest subject. Documents is nearest and plural, so were is correct. Case 2. The quality of the responses has improved. The subject is quality, which is singular. Of the responses is a prepositional phrase, an interruption. So has is correct. Case 3. The staff, as well as the management team, is required to complete the training. The subject is staff, a collective noun treated as singular. The phrase as well as the management team does not make the subject plural. Only and does that. So is correct. The best strategy when you are in doubt is to cross out everything between the subject and the verb. Once the interruption is gone, the correct form is usually obvious. Now your turn. Pause and choose the correct verb for each sentence. Question 1. The committee has or have released its findings. The answer is has. Committee is a collective noun, treated as singular. Question 2. Everyone in the 3 departments is or are invited. The answer is. Everyone is always singular. In the 3 departments is an interruption that does not change the verb. Question 3. Here is or are the documents you requested. The answer is are. This is an inverted sentence. The subject is documents, which is plural. Here is just a placeholder. Question 4. Neither the coordinator nor the volunteers was or were aware. The answer is were. With nor, the verb agrees with the nearest subject, which is volunteers, plural. Let us recap the 5 traps. Collective nouns like team, committee, and staff are singular in Australian English. Indefinite pronouns everyone, each, neither, and nobody are always singular. Both few, many, and several are always plural. With or in nor, the verb agrees with the nearest subject. In inverted sentences, find the real subject after the verb. There and here are not subjects. With interrupted subjects, cross out phrases like of the, along with, and as well as to find the true subject. The overall strategy is simple. Find the subject first. Ignore the distractions. Match the verb. That is the whole process. When in doubt, strip the sentence down to just the subject and the verb. The correct form will become clear.